Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are all having a great day. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my very own predictions for the Montreal Canadiens opening night lineup. Now with the Montreal Canadiens having a logjam up front, tons of young players pushing for a roster spot, a lot of young defensemen, there are just so many different combinations of trios and defensive pairings for what I could create, so this will be quite an interesting video. And right before I get into my actual lineups, I'd like you guys to go down to the comments and create your own. Let me know what you guys think the opening night lineup should look like, and yeah, I'd love to see what you guys got. So anyways, without wasting any more of your time, here are my predictions for the Montreal Canadiens opening night lineup. Starting on line number 1, we have a no-brainer. We have Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, and I have Josh Anderson on the right side. I'm sure this confuses a lot of people because this trio hasn't always clicked despite the numerous times they've been put together. But there are two reasons for why I put Josh Anderson on the first line, especially for opening night. The first one being, last season, in my opinion, he was the player who showed the most development and the most progression with his own play style. I know he didn't put up a record amount of points, but he did hit the 20-goal plateau, and I do believe that he could be a real nice addition to that first line, especially for game number 1. And that brings me to reason number 2, and that is because game number 1 is against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And say what you want about Josh Anderson, but he is a Maple Leaf killer. So to me, for opening night, it just makes all the sense in the world for line number 1 to be Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, and Josh Anderson. Now that is it for line number 1. Into line number 2, I have Juraj Slafkovsky, centered by Kirby Dach, and the newest guy in town on the right wing, Alex Newhook. Some of you guys might be asking me, well, Alex Newhook is a center. Why is he on the wing? Well, to me, he seems like a pretty versatile player, and just like Kirby Dach, I could see him going both center and winger. So, you know what, I have him on the wing for now, because I do like Kirby Dach down the middle a little more than him. But you know what, they could go in and out, both Kirby Dach and Alex Newhook in the center position. They've both played wing before, and they've both played center. So, it seems like a real nice second line to me. And as for Juraj Slafkovsky, to me, if he's playing in the NHL this year and they don't send him down to Laval, he has to be getting top 6 minutes minimum. Plus, having Kirby Dach as his center, or maybe Alex Newhook, those are the guys I'd like to see centering him. So there we have it for the top 6. You know what? It looks like a real nice top 6 to me. These are a real young group of guys and a lot of potential here. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. This might not be a cup-winning team this year, obviously, but it's a real nice start, and I'm really liking the look of it. On to line number 3. I have Raphael Harvey-Pinard, Sean Monahan, and Brendan Gallagher. Last year, we saw Raphael Harvey-Pinard taking advantage of his chance that he got with Nick Suzuki, and he had one hell of a time in Montreal. As for Sean Monahan, in his 25 games played, he played primarily with Kirby Dach, Nick Suzuki, or Cole Caulfield, and he played real well. But I do think, because he's coming off of yet again another injury, I think they're going to be putting him on the third line to start the season. And as for Brendan Gallagher, you never know with this guy. He is the heart and soul of the team, but he's always injured, which really sucks because I don't think there's a spot for him in the top 6 anymore. But I'm not ready to say he's only a fourth liner on this pretty bad team. So that's the third line. You got Raphael Harvey-Pinard, Sean Monahan, and Raphael Harvey-Pinard's big brother, Brendan Gallagher. To close up the forward trios, we have line number 4, which consists of Michael Pezzetta, Jake Evans, and Jesse Ullinen. For me, the fourth line is just the players that I'd rather see play over Mike Hoffman, Armia, those kind of guys. There's nothing too special going on here. Jake Evans, pretty solid fourth-line center. Michael Pezzetta, we love him here in Montreal. And Jesse Ullinen, who had himself quite a decent couple of games last year. So you'll notice there's a couple guys sitting out. Obviously, like I just said, Armia, Hoffman, there's also Pitlick. Probably a couple other guys that I just couldn't care less about. Oh yeah, wait, there's Dvorak too. And although I don't really care about him, I don't think he'll be ready enough to start the season with the Habs because of his surgery. But yeah, personally, I'd rather not have those guys in the lineup anyways over the guys that I've laid out. So there you have my forward trios. Now getting into the defensive pairings. The first pairing to me is going to be the veteran lineup. We're going to have Mike Matheson with David Savard. Obviously, last year, Mike Matheson had a breakout season with the Montreal Canadiens. And David Savard himself had quite a decent year. He did not get enough credit as he should have. Despite everyone being injured, he was a pretty good player. So these two are going to be my first pairing. The reason I have Savard and Matheson together is because I do want the young guys to start to grow together. And I think they're getting past the point of needing the veterans. As for pairing number 2, I have Caden Gooley next to Justin Barron. I think out of the right-handed defensemen, I think Justin Barron is the best fit for him at the moment. And I think their play styles will complement each other pretty darn well. Now the final pairing I have, it might be a little controversial, but I have Jordan Harris with Jonathan Kovacevic. Yes, that does mean I have Arbor Xhekaj as our 7th defenseman. It's tough, man. I don't want to leave him out, and I don't think he's going to be left out all the time. I think him and Harris and Kovacevic, those guys are going to be in like a rotation. Maybe Justin Barron as well will get some games sat out so that everyone can get some turns in. But I just realistically seeing Arbor Xhekaj as the 7th man out. There are too many left-handed defensemen, and to me, Jordan Harris is a little bit more NHL proven at the moment. Obviously, Arbor Xhekaj brings something that no one else does in our lineup. But skill-wise, I think Xhekaj is unfortunately our weakest link. Please don't kill me, Habs fans. You got to get rid of the biasness. Defensive-wise, he is a little weaker than Jordan Harris and Kovacevic. You got to be honest with ourselves here. And obviously, the worst of them all, Chris Weidman, he'll be our 8th. He'll sit out. I don't know. Maybe they'll waive him and he won't get claimed, so he'll be in Laval. Who knows, man? Chris Weidman is not on my starting lineup at all. And finally, now with the forwards and the defensive pairings done, it leaves us with the goaltenders. And quite simply, I have Samuel Montembeault as our starter. The argument could be made that Jake Allen should start because we'll probably trade him at the trade deadline. And, he should just get the majority of the starts and get his trade value up. But to me, after last season, Samuel Montembeault has deserved the starting crease. And we have to really see if Samuel Montembeault is legit. I believe he is, but, if he gets the majority of the starts this season, especially game number 1, it'd be real nice to see if we have something in him for the future. Anyways, guys, that is going to be all for my opening night lineup predictions. Let me know down in the comments what your lineup predictions are. I'd love to see what you guys think, what kind of combinations you think of, all of that good stuff. So if you did enjoy today's video, don't be afraid to hit that like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Now, with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Take care.